How do you keep smiling when your heart's breaking under a best friend's betrayal? I'm Lauren, 36, standing in Mia's Atlanta backyard, where her baby shower hums with laughter, sweet tea glasses clinking, and pastel ribbons fluttering. My husband, Ethan, thinks I'm chatting with neighbors, but I saw his text on Mia's phone. "You're all I think about." My breath caught, sharp as a knife. Mia, my college lifeline who dried my tears when Grandma died, glowed with her pregnancy, her hand on her belly. Ethan, my steady teacher whose proposal under Georgia's stars won my heart, laughed across the lawn, clueless I'd seen his words. I didn't shatter the moment. My hands, rough from kneading dough at Sweet Haven, my bakery, stayed steady as I returned Mia's phone. Grandma's voice echoed, "Hold your head high, Lauren," her sapphire necklace a weight in my memory. Was Ethan cheating? Was Mia's baby his? The questions burned, but I wove through the crowd, my smile a shield, plotting my truth. Sweet Haven, our community's heartbeat, thrived on trust. Trust I'd poured into Ethan, into Mia. Now, as guests raised toasts to Mia's future, I stood at a crossroads, my heart whispering one vow. I'd uncover their secret, and when I did, I'd reclaim my strength in a way they'd never forget. Sweet Haven's warmth, where Atlanta locals swapped stories over my peach scones, felt like a distant dream amid Mia's baby shower. The backyard pulsed with life, kids chasing bubbles, neighbors sharing gossip under magnolia shade. Ethan's laugh, once my anchor, now grated, his hand brushing Mia's as he passed her a lemonade. Suspicion coiled tighter, a venomous whisper questioning a decade of love. The sapphire necklace, Grandma's gift before she passed, gleamed in memory, its weight a reminder of her words. Trust your heart, but guard it well. Had Ethan forgotten that vow? Years of friendship with Mia flashed vivid, midnight talks in our dorm, her cheering when Sweet Haven opened. Her pregnancy had drawn us closer, planning nursery colors, yet her eyes darted away today, avoiding mine. A guest's casual remark about Mia's generous friend funding her baby's future stung like a slap. Ethan's recent distance, missed dinners, vague excuses about school projects wove a darker thread. Was he that friend? The thought churned, bitter as overbrewed coffee. The shower's rhythm, gift opening, oohs and ahs, clashed with my unraveling trust. Hands kneaded phantom dough, craving the bakery's solace. Ethan's charm, disarming guests with stories, felt like a performance. Mia's laughter, once a sister's, now mocked. Grandma always said, "Respect truth above all," her voice steady in my mind. Had I misread them? Or was betrayal blooming under my nose? A moment alone in Mia's kitchen offered no reprieve. Her fridge, plastered with ultrasound photos, taunted with questions about the baby's father. Ethan's jacket hung nearby, a folded note peeking from its pocket. Heart pounding, hesitation gripped. Snooping felt like crossing a line, but trust was already fractured. The note's edge, crisp against trembling fingers, promised answers. What secret did it hold, and would it shatter my world completely? The note from Ethan's jacket trembled in my hands, its scrawl revealing a meeting with Mia at a downtown cafe last week. Shock rippled, cold as winter rain, as the shower's laughter faded behind the kitchen door. Had their secret rendezvous been more than whispers over coffee? The words, "keep it quiet," in Ethan's handwriting nod, suggesting a betrayal deeper than flirtation. Grandma's advice, "never let fear cloud your truth," urged action, but doubt anchored every step. Back at Sweet Haven that night, the bakery's quiet hum offered no solace. Ethan's phone, left carelessly on the counter, beckoned like a forbidden key. Guilt prickled, but desperation overrode it. The passcode, our wedding date, unlocked a flood of texts. Mia's messages, playful yet intimate, miss your smile, cut sharper than any knife. Months of exchanges, hidden behind my back, painted a vivid affair. Each word eroded the foundation of our vows, leaving only a hollow ache. Morning brought no clarity. At the shower's cleanup, Mia's quick hug felt rehearsed, her chatter about baby names a deflection. Ethan's offer to carry gift bags seemed too eager, his eyes avoiding mine. Suspicion grew, fed by their seamless teamwork, as if they shared a private script. The community's warmth, once a comfort, now felt like a stage for their deception. Had they laughed at my trust behind closed doors? A neighbor's offhand comment about Ethan's late-night errands tightened the knot in my chest. Memories of his recent absences, claimed parent-teacher meetings, sudden car repairs, unraveled as lies. Grandma's voice, steady and kind, echoed, "Respect yourself enough to ask hard questions." But asking meant risking everything: love, friendship, the life we'd built. Mia's glowing smile, Ethan's easy charm, both felt like taunts now, daring confrontation. The bakery's back office became a refuge where flour-dusted ledgers grounded trembling thoughts. A photo on my desk, me, Ethan, Mia at Sweet Haven's opening, mocked with happier times. Had their bond shifted then, under my nose? A new text notification on Ethan's phone, still in my purse, flashed Mia's name. Heart racing, the message's preview hinted at a plan for tomorrow. What were they scheming, and how much more could my heart endure? Mia's latest text to Ethan, "Tomorrow's plan is set, don't tell her," burned like a brand, searing away the last threads of trust. The shower's aftermath lingered, its pastel remnants strewn across Mia's lawn, a cruel contrast to the storm within. Guests' lingering glances, sensing my strain, turned the backyard into a stage of unspoken judgment. Had they laughed at my trust behind closed doors? A neighbor's offhand comment about Ethan's late-night errands tightened the knot in my chest. Memories of his recent absences, claimed parent-teacher meetings, sudden car repairs, unraveled as lies. Grandma's voice, steady and kind, echoed, "Respect yourself enough to ask hard questions." But asking meant risking everything: love, friendship, the life we'd built. Mia's glowing smile, Ethan's easy charm, both felt like taunts now, daring confrontation. The bakery's back office became a refuge where flour-dusted ledgers grounded trembling thoughts. A photo on my desk, me, Ethan, Mia at Sweet Haven's opening, mocked with happier times. Had their bond shifted then, under my nose? A new text notification on Ethan's phone, still in my purse, flashed Mia's name. Heart racing, the message's preview hinted at a plan for tomorrow. What were they scheming, and how much more could my heart endure? Mia's latest text to Ethan, "Tomorrow's plan is set, don't tell her," burned like a brand, searing away the last threads of trust. The shower's aftermath lingered, its pastel remnants strewn across Mia's lawn, a cruel contrast to the storm within. Ethan's quick cleanup, stacking gift boxes with forced cheer, felt like a performance to dodge my gaze. Had their plan been whispered amid the party's chaos, right under my nose? At home, the silence of our bedroom amplified every doubt. Ethan's sleeping form, once a comfort, now seemed a stranger's. A memory surfaced, his hushed phone call last week, claiming it was a colleague. The lie festered, joined by Mia's evasiveness when asked about her baby's father. Her vague, "he's not around," at the shower rang hollow, a deflection that fueled darker fears. Could her child carry Ethan's eyes, his smile? The possibility clawed, relentless as a winter wind. Morning at Sweet Haven brought no reprieve. Regulars' chatter about Mia's mystery supporter stung. Their praise for her glow, a public endorsement of her facade. A delivery slip on the counter, addressed to Ethan for an unmarked package, hinted at secret dealings. Grandma's words, "respect your worth, always," urged confrontation, But fear of unraveling our life held back the words. How could love and betrayal coexist so seamlessly? Mia's visit to the bakery, her arms full of shower leftovers, felt like an intrusion. Her casual mention of Ethan helping with expenses landed like a blow, her eyes flickering with something. Guilt? Pride? The sapphire pendant at her throat, eerily like Grandma's heirloom, gleamed under the shop's lights. Had Ethan given it to her, a token of their bond? Rage surged, barely contained, as customers milled nearby, oblivious to the fracture before them. Alone in the bakery's storeroom, grief erupted, hot tears falling amid sacks of flour. The life envisioned, Ethan's laughter, Mia's sisterhood, Sweet Haven's legacy, crumbled like overworked dough. A childhood memory of Grandma's strength, standing tall after Grandpa's death, steadied trembling breaths. "Face the truth, no matter how it hurts," she'd said, her voice a beacon. But truth demanded courage, and every clue pointed to a shared secret that mocked my devotion. Ethan's sudden appearance at the bakery, his smile too bright, jarred like a false note. His offer to talk later about a surprise for me rang with hidden meaning, his hand brushing mine a calculated gesture. The community's trust in him, their teacher hero, felt like a betrayal of its own, elevating him while I drowned in doubt. Mia's pendant, Ethan's package, their plan, each piece sharpened the question, what were they building behind my back? A forgotten voicemail from Mia, time-stamped last night, waited on my phone. Her voice, usually warm, carried a nervous edge, mentioning a final step with Ethan that changes everything. Panic flared, sharp and unyielding. The bakery's walls, once a sanctuary, closed in, the air thick with the weight of their conspiracy. Whatever they planned, it was hours away, and the truth loomed like a shadow I couldn't outrun. Mia's voicemail, final step with Ethan, echoed like a drumbeat, its urgency haunting the bakery's quiet close. Dusk settled over Atlanta, casting long shadows through Sweet Haven's windows, where the scent of cooling bread clashed with churning dread. A regular, Mia's cousin Tessa, lingered at the counter, her hesitant glance heavy with unspoken weight. Her whispered question about my grandmother's sapphire necklace, last seen in my safe, jolted like lightning. Had Ethan taken it? Tessa's eyes, soft with pity, hinted at a truth that could unravel everything. Her confession spilled in the empty shop, words tumbling like spilled sugar. Ethan and Mia had sold the necklace, Tessa revealed, to pay off Sweet Haven's looming foreclosure debt. The flirty texts, the secret meetings, the plan, all a desperate ruse to shield me from financial ruin. Shock battled relief, a tempest of betrayal and love. The necklace, Grandma's symbol of resilience, gone not for Mia's gain, but for my dream? The revelation reframed every whispered call, every evasive glance, yet stung with their silence. A memory flickered, Ethan checking our safe months ago, claiming to organize papers. His vague answers, brushed off as stress, now screamed intent. Mia's probing questions about my finances, once sisterly concern, masked their scheme. Grandma's voice, steady as ever, murmured, "Respect those who sacrifice, but demand their honesty." Their noble motive clashed with the lie, leaving a raw ache. Had they thought me too fragile to handle the truth? The bakery's ledger, tucked in a drawer, confirmed Tessa's story. A mysterious deposit, dated weeks ago, matched the necklace's value, erasing the bank's threats. Ethan's handwriting on a sticky note, "For our future," felt like a plea, not a betrayal. Yet the pendant on Mia's neck, a cheap replica, mocked their deception, a prop in their charade to distract me. Anger flared, tempered by gratitude, a dizzying dance of emotions. Stepping outside, the Atlanta skyline glittered, indifferent to the storm within. Ethan's surprise talk, planned for tonight, loomed with new meaning. Was he ready to confess, or would he hide behind more half-truths? Mia's role, friend turned conspirator, fractured a bond forged over years. The community, oblivious, still saw them as golden, their teacher and expectant mother. How could trust, once my cornerstone, feel so fragile? A childhood scene surfaced, Grandma clasping the necklace around my neck, her eyes fierce with love. "You're stronger than you know," she'd said, her words now a call to action. Their secrecy, however well-intentioned, had stolen my agency, my right to choose. The shower's final toast, hours away, offered a stage to reclaim it. Heart-pounding, a plan took shape. Not vengeance, but truth, bold and unyielding. Tessa's parting words lingered as she left, her voice low. Mia had mentioned a backup plan if I found out too soon, something Ethan resisted. The phrase chilled, suggesting layers yet unseen. What else had they hidden, and why did Mia's pendant, glinting in memory, feel like a warning? The bakery doorbell jingled, a customer's silhouette approaching, but my focus locked on a single question. What was Mia still holding back? Tessa's warning about Mia's backup plan pulsed like a heartbeat as the baby shower's final hour approached. Atlanta's golden dusk bathed Mia's backyard, where guests mingled under twinkling string lights, their chatter a soft hum against the storm within. Ethan's easy smile, charming a neighbor with a story, masked the secret Tessa had unveiled. Mia, radiant in a floral dress, adjusted her replica sapphire pendant, oblivious to the reckoning brewing. The weight of Grandma's words, "Respect your strength, always," fueled a resolve to expose their deception, not in private whispers, but on a stage of their making. The toast loomed, a tradition Mia had insisted I lead. Hands steadied a phone, its screen loaded with screenshots of their flirty texts, a digital dagger honed for truth. The projector, set up for a slideshow of Mia's pregnancy, waited nearby, an unsuspecting ally. Each step toward the microphone felt like shedding a skin of doubt, the bakery's flour-dusted grit replaced by unyielding purpose. Their noble intent, saving Sweet Haven, didn't erase the betrayal of their silence, the theft of my choice. Guests gathered, glasses raised, their warmth a stark contrast to the ice in my veins. Ethan's gaze flickered with unease, sensing a shift, while Mia's laugh rang too bright, a fragile shield. The projector hummed to life, its blank screen a canvas for justice. Grandma's necklace, sold behind my back, deserved a voice, and tonight it would speak through me. The crowd's anticipation, thick as Georgia humidity, pressed closer, unaware of the fault line about to crack. Voice steady, the opening words flowed, praising Mia's journey to motherhood. Then a pivot, sharp and deliberate. "Ethan, who's your texting sweetheart?" Silence fell, heavy as a dropped tray. Fingers tapped the phone, and the projector blazed with their messages, intimate, playful, damning. "Miss you," Mia had written. "Can't wait to see you," Ethan replied. Gasps rippled, eyes darting between them. Ethan's face drained, a ghost under the fairy lights. The narrative unfolded, each text's date a nail in their facade. "They thought I wouldn't notice," the words rang out, calm but unyielding. Mia's hand clutched her pendant, her glow fading to ash. Guests whispered, some horrified, others riveted, as the community's golden couple unraveled. The pain of their secrecy, masked as love, poured forth, not as tears, but as power reclaimed. Grandma's lessons, etched deep, guided every syllable. Truth was my birthright, no matter the cost. Ethan's attempt to speak, a stammered, "It's not what," drowned in the crowd's murmur. Mia's eyes, wide with panic, sought escape, but the screen held her captive. The projector's light, harsh and unforgiving, stripped their pretense bare, a public reckoning for a private wound. Sweet Haven, my heart, demanded this moment, not for vengeance, but for clarity, a line drawn in the sand of trust. The toast's final words, a quiet vow, hung in the air. I trusted you both, but I trust myself more. Glasses remained raised, untouched, as the crowd absorbed the weight of betrayal. Ethan's hand reached out, a plea unspoken, but the distance between us felt vast, a chasm carved by their choices. Mia's replica pendant glinted, a cheap echo of my loss, mocking their failed charade. A guest's hushed question broke the silence, asking Mia about the baby's father. Her flinch, subtle but sharp, hinted at a deeper secret, untouched by the texts. Tessa's earlier words, Mia's backup plan, resurfaced, a shadow cast over the night's revelations. The projector dimmed, but the question lingered, sharp as a blade. What truth was Mia still guarding, and how much further would this unravel? Mia's flinch at the guest's question hung in the air, a crack in her composure as the baby shower's glow flickered under Atlanta's twilight. The projector's light faded, but the weight of exposed texts held the crowd captive, their whispers a low hum of shock. Ethan's frozen stance, eyes pleading for a chance to explain, clashed with the resolve now burning within. Grandma's voice, steady as a lighthouse, echoed, "Truth sets you free, but it costs." The cost was clear, Mia's friendship, Ethan's trust, but a deeper secret, hinted at by Tessa's warning, demanded unveiling. Mia stepped forward, her voice trembling, and the crowd stilled. "The baby's father is a donor," she said, words rushed, as if to outrun scrutiny. Her hand clutched the replica pendant, a nervous tick that betrayed more than her confession. The admission landed, but her eyes, darting to Ethan, screamed of unfinished truths. The community, once a tapestry of shared laughter, now felt like a jury, their gazes pinning her in place. Had her backup plan been to shield this alone, or something graver? Ethan's voice broke through, hoarse but urgent. "We sold the necklace to save Sweet Haven," he said, facing me, his words a raw plea. The crowd murmured, some nodding, others skeptical, as he detailed the foreclosure threat, his fear of my pride rejecting help. The sapphire, Grandma's legacy, sacrificed for my dream, it twisted the knife of betrayal, yet sparked a reluctant spark of gratitude. His secrecy, though misguided, stemmed from love, but love cloaked in lies still wounded. A memory surfaced, Grandma's hands, worn yet gentle, passing me the necklace with a vow, "You're enough, always." Her wisdom fueled the moment, urging not just exposure, but transformation. Holding the empty necklace box lifted high, the words came, "You thought I'd break, but I'm forged stronger." The box, a symbol of loss, became a beacon of reclaiming power, its emptiness filled with my resolve. The crowd's gasps softened, some eyes glistening, recognizing the universal fight to rise. Mia's sob shattered the silence, her confession spilling like a dam burst. The pendant, she admitted, was a replica to wear as a distraction, a prop in their ruse to keep me unaware. But her backup plan emerged. She'd planned to claim Ethan's financial help as her own, preserving her image as a self-sufficient mother. The betrayal stung anew, not just of friendship, but of her willingness to let Ethan take the fall. Ethan's shock, his head shaking, confirmed he'd known nothing of this twist. The community's reaction shifted, whispers of disappointment, a few stepping back from Mia. Her glow, once radiant, dimmed under the weight of truth. Ethan's hand reached for mine, a tentative bridge, but the chasm of his silence remained. The pain of their choices, noble yet flawed, morphed into a fire of self-worth. I deserved the truth. The words rang out, not to them, but to myself, a vow to never again let trust be stolen. Sweet Haven's legacy, tied to Grandma's strength, demanded more than this moment. The crowd, now a mirror of my journey, reflected the universal ache of betrayal and the hunger for redemption. Mia's tearful apology, Ethan's bowed head, neither erased the hurt, but they marked a turning point. The necklace's sacrifice, though painful, had saved my dream, and now my voice would save my heart. As the toast glasses lowered, a guest's phone buzzed, its screen flashing a bank alert. Tessa, standing nearby, paled, her whisper barely audible. "The necklace money, it's gone from the account." The words landed like a thunderclap, eyes turning to Mia, whose face drained of color. Had her backup plan gone further, draining Sweet Haven's salvation? And what new lie waited in the shadows? Tessa's revelation about the missing necklace money dissolved into the night, but the baby shower's wreckage demanded closure over chaos. Atlanta's stars blinked above Mia's backyard, their quiet light a balm to the heart's raw edges. Ethan's gaze, heavy with regret, sought mine amid the dispersing crowd, their murmurs fading like a receding tide. Grandma's wisdom, a gentle pulse, whispered, "Respect your peace, child." The truth, laid bare, had scorched the ground, but from its ashes a path to healing emerged, one step at a time. In the days that followed, private talks with Ethan unfolded in Sweet Haven's back office, the scent of rising dough grounding hard truths. His confession, fear of losing me to pride, met my demand for transparency, each word a brick rebuilding trust. Forgiveness came not as a flood, but a trickle, tempered by boundaries carved from pain. His promise to never hide again, sealed with a trembling hand on mine, felt like a new vow, fragile yet earnest, worthy of time's test. Mia's absence left a void, her apology unanswered. Choosing to sever our bond, once woven through college dreams, brought a quiet ache, but self-respect demanded it. Her backup plan, a misguided grab for independence, had drained the necklace funds, a betrayal confessed in a tearful letter. The community's judgment, swift but fleeting, shifted to support for Sweet Haven, their loyalty a reminder of roots deeper than one woman's mistake. A new purpose crystallized at the bakery's counter, where the empty necklace box now held donations for a women's shelter. Grandma's legacy, once a sapphire's gleam, transformed into acts of refuge, each coin a testament to strength reborn. Her voice, warm with pride, seemed to nod, "You've honored me." The act cleansed the sting of loss, turning sacrifice into a beacon for others walking their own fractured paths. Evenings at Sweet Haven, now a haven for local women's gatherings, wove a tapestry of shared stories. Hands kneaded dough beside neighbors, their laughter a soft echo of the community's heartbeat. Ethan's presence, helping with deliveries, carried a humbler grace, his actions speaking louder than past secrets. The bakery's walls, once witnesses to doubt, now cradled hope, their warmth a mirror of my own mending spirit. Standing alone one dawn, the city's skyline aglow, peace settled like dew. The journey through betrayal had forged a fiercer love, for Ethan, for myself, for the life reclaimed. Grandma's final lesson, lived, not spoken, shone clear. Worth begins within. Sweet Haven thrived, its doors open, my heart steady, no longer tethered to others' choices, but lifted by my own. Months after the shower's revelations, Sweet Haven bloomed anew, its windows aglow with Atlanta's morning light. The bakery, once teetering on ruin, now thrived as a sanctuary where women gathered, their voices weaving stories of resilience over steaming coffee. The empty necklace box, perched on the counter, brimmed with donations for a local women's shelter.
each contribution a quiet echo of Grandma's strength. Her words, "Respect your light, always," shimmered in memory, guiding every choice to rebuild from betrayal's ashes. A new rhythm pulsed through the community, with neighbors rallying to fund Sweet Haven's expansion. Their support, born from the night of exposed truths, transformed the bakery into a hub for aspiring female entrepreneurs. Mentoring young bakers, hands guiding theirs through dough's rise, sparked a joy deeper than any sapphire's gleam. Ethan's quiet help, unloading flour sacks with a humbler smile, wove him back into this tapestry, his actions a steady amends for past silence. Mornings brought reflection in the bakery's quiet, where the scent of peach scones carried whispers of lessons learned. Mia's absence, though a scar, no longer bled. Her path diverged, her story hers to mend. The community's embrace, warm as a southern breeze, affirmed a truth. Strength grew not from perfection, but from rising after a fall. Grandma's legacy lived not in jewels, but in the courage to choose oneself. Evenings hosted women's circles, where shared laughter and tears forged bonds stronger than secrets. Each story of heartbreak, triumph, renewal mirrored the journey through doubt to clarity. The bakery's walls, steeped in Atlanta's heartbeat, held these moments like sacred relics, a testament to love reclaimed through truth. Standing among these women, heart full, the path forward glowed with purpose, rooted in self-worth. Now, dear listener, let this story stir your own fire. What truth have you buried, fearing its cost? Take one step, speak it, claim it, own it. Your strength waits, ready to rise. Share your moment in the comments, and let's lift each other as Sweet Haven lifts its own.